Hello everyone, welcome to day 8 of our 30-day English learning challenge. You've already completed a full week, and now we step into a new chapter. Today's lesson is deeply emotional, filled with real-life values and packed with English learning opportunities, new phrases, verbs, idioms, and spoken expressions. And yes, we'll deliver it all through a heart-touching story, like always. The story is called The Boy Who Waited for Applause. There was a boy named Kabir. He lived in a small hill town with his father. A hill town is a town located in a mountainous area. Kabir's mother had passed away when he was just 5 years old. To pass away means to die. Since that time, Kabir's world revolved around his father. This means his father was the most important person in his life. His father worked as a carpenter. A carpenter is a person who builds or repairs things made of wood. Kabir and his father didn't have much in terms of wealth or many possessions. They lived in a tiny wooden house. It was very small. They had a small black stove. This stove kept them warm during the cold winter months. And they had shelves. These shelves were filled with wooden toys that Kabir had made himself. He was a creative boy. Kabir had one big dream. This dream was very important to him. He wanted to perform on stage. This means he wanted to act or show his talents in front of an audience in a theatre. Every evening after he finished school, he would go home and stand on a chair. He would imagine a crowd of people in front of him. In his mind, this crowd was his audience. He would then perform plays that he made up in his head. He was like a one-person show. He mimicked voices, meaning he copied the way different people or characters spoke. He recited poems, which means he spoke poems from memory. And he acted out stories he had heard from books or from old radio shows. He loved to pretend. He loved pretending to be brave kings, clever monkeys, or wise old men. But most of all, what he loved the most was the sound of clapping. In his head, he could clearly hear the applause. Applause is the sound of people clapping their hands together to show approval or enjoyment. In his imagination, the applause was loud, warm, and endless. It never stopped. His father often smiled while watching Kabir from the kitchen. He felt proud and happy for his son. "Someday you'll hear real claps, Kabir," his father would say, encouraging him. One day, something exciting happened. Kabir's school announced a cultural day. A cultural day is a special event at school where students show different arts and talents. There would be singing, dancing, painting, and a drama competition. A drama competition is a contest where students perform plays. Kabir's heart jumped. He felt a rush of excitement. This was his chance. This was his first real stage to perform on. He rushed home very fast and told his father the good news. His father said, "Let's do this together." This meant his father would help him. For the next 3 weeks, Kabir and his father worked together every evening. Kabir chose a folk story. A folk story is a traditional story that has been passed down through generations. The story he chose was called The King and the Thief. His father helped him prepare. He helped Kabir build a crown. A crown is what a king wears on his head. They made it from cardboard, which is thick paper. His father also made a moustache for Kabir. A moustache is hair that grows above the lip. He made it from old shoelaces, and he painted a wooden sword for Kabir to use as a prop in his play. Kabir practiced every line of his play with great passion. Passion means a very strong feeling or enthusiasm. He added jokes to make the audience laugh. He added expressions to his face to show feelings. And he used dramatic pauses. A dramatic pause is a short stop in speaking that makes the words more powerful. His father clapped every time Kabir finished a part of his practice. He would say, "You're better than actors in the movies." This made Kabir feel very good and confident. The day of the cultural event finally arrived. Kabir put on his costume. A costume is special clothes worn for a performance. He packed his wooden sword carefully, and he carried a lot of hope in his chest. He felt sure he would do well. But just before his name was called to go on stage, something unexpected happened. A group of older boys saw Kabir in his costume. They started to laugh at his outfit. "What are you wearing?" one boy said, making fun of him. "Are you from the circus?" The circus is a place with clowns and performers. They were trying to make him feel bad. Another boy pointed at Kabir's shoes. "Look! He's wearing slippers on stage," he said loudly. Kabir looked down at his feet. His slippers were clean. He had made sure they were clean, but they were not fancy like the other children's shoes. His heart began to pound very fast. The confidence he had built for weeks, all the hard work, started to crumble. To crumble means to break into small pieces or to lose strength and fail. His confidence was breaking. When it was his turn, Kabir walked onto the stage, but he couldn't look up at the audience. He felt too shy and afraid. The stage lights were very bright, the hall was full of people, and his hands shook. He began his performance, but his voice cracked. This means his voice sounded uneven or broke because he was nervous. He forgot some of his lines. His pauses, which he had practiced to be dramatic, now felt awkward. They felt strange and not right. Some people in the crowd started to whisper. Others looked at their phones. They were not paying attention to him. No one clapped when he finished his performance, not even politely. Kabir felt very sad. He bowed quickly, very fast, and ran backstage. Backstage is the area behind the stage where performers get ready. Tears filled his eyes. He felt like crying very much. He wanted to disappear. He wished he could just vanish and not be there. "I shouldn't have come," he whispered to himself, feeling deep regret. His father was waiting for him behind the curtain. He knew Kabir would be sad. "You did it, Kabir," his father said softly. "No one clapped," Kabir said, trying very hard not to cry. He was holding back his tears. "Does applause make your words better?" His father asked him a thoughtful question. Kabir was silent. He did not know how to answer. His father kneeled beside him. He came down to Kabir's level. "Claps are nice," his father said, "but they don't build you." "Your courage does." He meant that external approval doesn't make you stronger. Internal bravery does. Kabir didn't say anything else. He just hugged his father very tightly. His father's words were a comfort. That night, Kabir sat by the window in their small house. He stared at the stars in the night sky. "They shine quietly," he thought to himself. "They don't ask for applause." He was comparing himself to the stars. The stars just shine. They don't need anyone to clap for them to be bright. The next day, Kabir didn't go to school. He won the competition. He stayed in bed for most of the morning. Honour. His father didn't force him to go to the stage. He let Kabir rest. The principal is the head of the school. His father understood that Kabir needed time to feel better. This boy reminded us today that even broken things have value. A knock came at their door. And that the act of giving is the best kind of learning. It meant that even things that seem useless can be valuable. I just wanted to tell you something. Things to others teaches us more than getting. Out slowly from his room. That evening, he was still feeling a little shy. She held him very close. "I saw your performance," the teacher said to him. She whispered, "You were brave. Most children your age can't even speak in front of a crowd." She meant that by giving it away, something special, Kabir. but
don't
gained
stop
a
just
deeper
because no one
understanding
clapped.
of love and kindness.
Her words
Thank you
were encouraging.
so much for listening.
She handed
with your
him
heart
a small
and
notebook.
mind.
Write your
Today's
next story in
like
this,
all the others,
she said,
was designed
and
to
when
make
you're
English
ready,
more than just
perform
grammar
again.
and vocabulary.
Kabir
It
held
makes
the
it
notebook
about
in
life.
his hands. It felt
English
like it
is
was
a tool
magic.
to express
It
deep
gave him a
human
new
feelings
feeling
and
of hope.
experiences.
Over the next
Here's
few
what you
months,
learned
Kabir
today.
kept writing.
Useful
He
phrases.
wrote short plays.
These are
He
sentences
wrote
or
funny
parts of
poems
sentences that
he
are
wrote
commonly
stories
used
from his
and carry
imagination.
a specific meaning.
He did not perform them
One
on a big
person's
stage
trash
at school.
is another person's
Instead, he
treasure.
read them to his father
This
during
means
dinner
that
time.
something that one
He
person
acted them out in
considers
front of the
useless
mirror,
or unwanted
practicing his
might be very
expressions.
valuable and
And
cherished
once,
by another
he
person.
even performed for a group
example,
of kids who were
Tanu
sitting
threw
outside the grocery
Zoom
store.
away
His trash.
These small
But
performances
the little girl
were just for
found it
himself
and loved it,
and a few
her
others,
treasure.
not a large audience.
He looked broken.
but he wasn't useless.
One evening, his school
This phrase
announced
can be
a
used for
community
people
evening
or things.
This was an
It
event
means
for the
that even
whole
if
town,
something or
not just the
someone
students.
appears damaged,
There would be food
old
stalls
or
where
imperfect,
people sold food.
they still have
There
value.
would be art
purpose,
exhibitions
or
where
strength.
art was shown.
Ramu's shoes
and there would
were
be
broken,
a street
but he
performance
fixed
corner.
them.
This
Zoom
was a
Zoom
small
was
area
broken, where people
but
could
it brought
perform
joy
for
to
anyone
another
walking
child.
by.
Kabir
Kindness
decided to
doesn't
sign up.
need a reason.
This means he put
This
his name
means that
down
you don't
to
need a
perform.
special reason
But
or
this
a logical
time,
explanation
he didn't tell anyone
to be
in
kind to
advance.
someone.
He had
no
no
expectations.
expectations.
Is good in itself.
No pressure from himself
You should be
or
kind
others.
simply because
He
it
wore
is
a
the right
simple
thing
shirt.
to do.
He carried his
Verbs
notebook with
and
his daily
stories.
use. He stepped
Words,
into the corner.
these are
marked
action
street
words and
theatre.
common words
from
a
the
few
story
people pass
that you
by
can use
walking
every
past
day.
him.
Some stopped
Pick
to
up,
watch,
to lift something
Kabir
from a
performed
surface.
one of his new
Example,
plays. It was
please pick
called
up the book from
The
the
Clever
floor.
Bird and the Greedy
Throw away.
Fox. To get rid of something,
This time, put it in
he
the
didn't
trash.
look for approval.
Example,
He wasn't
don't
waiting
throw
for
away
people
your
to
old
clap.
clothes. Give them to
He looked
someone.
directly into the eyes
Notice
of the people
to see
watching.
or become aware of something.
He told the story
Example,
like it truly mattered.
Did you notice
with
the
all
new
his
painting?
heart.
Children
Rescue.
in the crowd
To save
laughed
someone
at the
or
fox's
something
funny
from a
voice.
dangerous or
Parents
difficult
smiled
situation
at the lesson at the
Example,
end of the story.
The fireman rescued
And when
the
he
cat
finished
from the tree.
something beautiful
Fix
happened.
to repair something
A little
that is
girl
broken.
in the crowd started
Example,
to clap.
Can you fix
Then her
my
father
broken
clapped.
chair? Then a group
Care,
of teenagers
to feel
started
concern
clapping
or
too.
interest,
to look after
Soon,
someone
the
or
whole
something.
crowd clapped.
Example,
They clapped
she
loudly.
cares deeply
They
about her
clapped
grandmother.
warmly.
They
Share,
showed their
to
appreciation.
have or use something with
Kabir
others.
smiled.
Example,
He felt
let's share
happy.
this food.
But not because
Whisper,
they clapped.
to speak very
He
softly.
smiled because
Usually
he
so
realized
only
that
one
he didn't
person
need them
can
to
hear.
clap anymore.
Example,
He had
she
performed for
whispered a
himself
secret in his ear.
for the joy of it.
Hug.
That
To
night,
put your arms
his
around
father
someone
hugged him
and
tightly.
hold them tightly to show
You
love
didn't
or
wait
comfort.
for the world to clap.
Example,
His father
Amma
said,
gave Tanu a
you
warm
gave
hug.
the world a reason
Win.
to be successful.
This
in
means
a
Kabir's
competition or
performance
game
was so good.
Example,
He didn't need to
he
beg
hopes
for
to win the
applause.
race. His talent made
Change,
people want to
to
clap
make or become different.
Kabir never became
Example,
a famous actor.
the weather can
known
change quickly.
all over the country.
Make sure to write
But
your
he
own
became
sentences
a drama
using these
teacher.
new expressions.
He taught
Practice
plays and
speaking them
acting
aloud.
to children.
These are words
Every
from
time a
life.
child performed
And
in
life
his class
is the best
and forgot a
classroom for
line
learning
because they were
English.
nervous, Kabir
Idioms
clapped
and
louder than
expressions.
anyone else.
These are groups
He
of
did
words
this because
whose
he knew
meaning is not
exactly
easily
what it meant
understood
to
from
wait
the
for
meanings
applause
of the individual
and feel
words.
sad when it didn't come. Out of sight, out
Years
of mind,
later,
Kabir wrote a book.
This idiom means
The book was
that
titled
if you don't see someone
Clap
or
Anyway.
something,
It
you
became
tend to forget
very
about
popular
them.
in schools.
When Tanu
Many
threw
students
Zoom
and
Zoom away,
teachers read it.
he hoped
In the
it would
first
be
chapter
out
of his
sight,
book, he
out of
wrote a
mind.
very
But it
important
wasn't.
message. When no one
A
claps
second
for
chance.
you, clap
This
for
means
yourself.
an opportunity to try
That
something
sound
again
matters
after
more
failing
than the loudest
or making
crowd.
a mistake the first time.
This means
Zoom
self-approval
got a second
and
chance at life
self-belief
with the little girl.
are more important
People
than
often
what others
hope
think.
for a second chance to
He
improve
visited
something.
many schools. He
Worn
encouraged
out,
shy
but
students.
not worthless.
He told them to step
This
forward
expression
and
means
try
that
to
even
perform
if something
speak.
or someone
He told
is
them,
old,
you
tired,
don't need
or
applause
used
to
a
be
lot,
good, worn out.
you need belief.
It still has
The
value
applause
and
will
is not
follow.
without purpose.
This means
Not first you
worthless.
believe in yourself,
This
then
perfectly
others will
describes
clap.
Zoom Zoom.
One
after
little
Tanu
girl
had
came to
used
him
it for
after
years.
a session.
Try
She was
using
shy,
these
she
idioms
said,
and expressions
I used to be
in your own
scared to speak,
sentences
today, but now
Think
I want
about
to try.
how they apply
apply to the story
Kabir
of Tanu
smiled at her.
or to your own experiences in life,
he said gently.
Using them
And
will
I'll
make
be
your
your
English
first
sound
clap.
more natural
He
and
promised
fluent.
to support
Come
her.
back tomorrow for
Thank
day
you for
8.
continuing this
One
journey
more
with us.
story.
Remember,
One more
learning
chance
is
to
not
grow.
a race. It's a
Remember,
reflection.
every day
It's
you
about
commit to
thinking
this
and
challenge,
understanding
you are
deeply.
building your
And
English
every
skills
story you hear
and
makes
also
your growing
English
as
stronger.
a person and your heart
Until then,
wiser. keep your heart open.
Here's what you
and your
learned
voice
today.
brave.
Useful phrases.
You are
These
doing
are
better
complete
than you
thoughts
think.
or common expressions.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Claps are nice,
Mistakes
but
are
courage
part of
is
learning.
louder.
And always
This
remember,
means
in
external
English
praise
and
is
in
good,
life,
but
every
inner
word
bravery
matters.
and determination
Each word
are more
you learn,
powerful and
each
important
sentence
for
you
your
form,
growth.
builds your confidence
Stars don't
and
need
helps you
applause to
connect
shine.
with the world.